Dear students, let us try to understand the remaining portion of the lesson Introduction to Economics. In this chapter, we studied about producer, consumer, distribution, and also what is price, what is income, etc. Then also we studied the definitions of economics and also general definitions of economics. Then apart from this, we already studied what is economics, how did the term economics originate. These are the questions you have to remember before going to this or before listening to this class. What is, who is producer, who is consumer, and who is distributor. Then what is price, what is income. Then about scarcity of resources and unlimited wants. I already told wants are unlimited, but the resources are scarce. Here resource means money. Money is insufficient, but wants are enormous. Therefore, it is impossible to satisfy all our wants. For this, we have to give priority to our most urgent wants. This priority is known as prioritizing. Prioritizing. What is prioritizing means? Giving priority to satisfy our most urgent wants. There are two types of wants. One is urgent wants, another one is less urgent wants. Now the question is, who is the father of economics? We studied the father of economics was Adam Smith. Yes, who? Adam Smith. He wrote his famous book Dash in the year 1776. Can you remember? Do you remember? The book written by Adam Smith, that is The Wealth of Nation. Wealth of Nation. Therefore, what is economics according to Adam Smith? According to Adam Smith, economics is the study of wealth. Economics is the study of wealth. How we can get wealth? Through employment. Through engaging in different types of work. For that work, we get salary or wage. That is income. Through this income, we can satisfy our wants. At the same time, we can't spend all our income to satisfy our wants. But we satisfy our most urgent wants, and remaining amount of income we will deposit in a bank or finance or purchase gold, vehicle, etc. Therefore, economic is the study of wealth according to economics. Then in 1890, another famous economist, Alfred Marshall, defined economics as economics is a study of people in the ordinary business of life. Economics is the study of people. Who studies? People. Study of people in the ordinary business of life. Life is a business. Ordinary business of life. In our day-to-day life, people study how we have to spend money, how we have to earn more income, how can we satisfy maximum wants by using limited money, etc. That is the definition of Alfred Marshall. Another famous economist, Reinhard Robbins, defined economics as economics is a science. What the economics is? The science which studies human behavior, human tendency, human behavior as a relationship between given ends. What is given ends? Means specific ends, aims. Given ends and scarce means which have alternative uses. We use time and again. Therefore, it is a relation between given ends and scarce means. Another question is, what are the important or central problems of economics? Central problem of economics. The central problem of economics is choice and scarcity. Scarcity and choice is the central problems of economics. Then the origination, or how did the term originate? The term means economics. The term economics is derived from the Greek words, two Greek words, oikos and nomos. Oikos means household, nomos means management. Therefore, economics is fully related to household management. Household management. Here, household management means our economics is confined to only household, business of house, or day-to-day activities in our life. Therefore, it is household. It is related to house only. If you apply the same principle to our country also, this is in a small scale, this is in a large scale. Income of our country, expenditure of our country, level of maximum utilization of resources, getting of maximum satisfaction, furnishing basic facilities to the citizens, etc. comes under in economics also. Thus, we have studied a number of factors or subjects under this heading. Now, the question is, why it is important in this computer age or in this technical age? What is the benefit of studying economics? Now, let us try to understand point by point. The heading is importance of the study of economics. Importance of the study of economics. Yes. Economics is a science, and at the same time economics is also a social. Science is there and also social is there. Therefore, totally economics is a social science. It studies household management. Household management. By utilizing scarce resources, how we can get maximum satisfaction. All these factors comes under economics. Yes, now importance of the study of economics. The study of economics is very important in the individual as well as to the society. There are two benefits. While studying economics, we can understand the importance of economics on individual level and also social level. Therefore, the study of economics is very important. First point is recognize. Importance of economics is important. Why? Because to recognize the scarcity of resources against the unlimited wants. Recognize the limited resources against unlimited wants. In individual level, you take this sentence, it is true. In society level, it is true. In countries level, it is also true. Economics recognize the limited resources. To recognize the limited resources or scarce resources, to recognize the scarcity resources, scarcity of resources against the unlimited wants. Our wants are unlimited. If you satisfy one want, immediately another want will rise up. If you satisfy second want, third want will rise up. Thus, wants are unlimited. But the major thing is that our resources are scarce. Here resources means natural resources, or in here it is money. Money is limited. We have limited money in our pocket, but in our pocket full of wants, and we have limited money. By using this limited money, we can't satisfy all our wants. For that, it is very helpful to recognize the scarcity of resources. Which resources are scarce? Why it is scarce? How can we manage our unlimited wants by using limited money? To find out answers for all these questions, the study of economics is very important. Therefore, without or knowingly or unknowingly, we practice economics in our day-to-day life. Therefore, first point is recognize means to know, find out about the scarcity of resources. If we increase our resources, it is possible to satisfy our majority of wants, not all wants, majority of wants. The second point is prioritizing the use of resources and identifying more important and less important. Prioritizing the use of prioritizing the use of resources. Prioritizing the use of resources. What is a prioritizing means? I already told. Giving priority, giving importance. Which want we should urgently satisfy? Which one next? That is giving priority to our wants. The study of economics give more prioritizing the use of resources. Why on these resources only? Because our resources are scarce. Therefore, to purchase a flat, if you want to purchase a flat without food, is it possible? It is impossible. Which one comes first, food or flat? First of all, you have to satisfy our hunger. Therefore, we give priority to food. Next, flat or house. Use of money for motorcycle and use of money to purchase clothes. Which is very essential, which is more important? Purchase of clothes is more important than purchase of motor vehicle or bicycle. Thus, after studying economics, we are able to prioritizing the scarce resources. We are able to get the knowledge of which wants we have to satisfy first, which one you have to satisfy next. Therefore, study of economics helps us to prioritizing the use of scarce resources. Next one, economize on the use of resources and search for more efficient ways of using the resources. Economize on the use of resources. Economize on the use of resources. Once again, the same problem will arise here. Why? Because it is scarce. It is not unlimited, it is limited. Unlimited wants, limited resources. Economize on the use of resources. What is economize means? Save. Save our resource. Here resource means nothing but money. We have to save money to meet our emergency conditions. Modern people, for today, the trend of people is they should not expend all our earnings to satisfy their wants. Some amount of money they will save. Why? To meet our future needs or to satisfy our future wants. Therefore, you have to save money. We have to save resources. Whether it is in the form of natural resources or money, we have to save money. To get all this knowledge, you have to study economics. Therefore, the study of economics is very important. Then engage in economic activity to support family as well as the country. Engage in economic activity. Engage in economic activity. Which are the economic activities? Which are the economic activities? Production, distribution, exchange, consumption. These are the various economic activities. We have to engage in economic activities means what type of produce we have to produce, which goods or commodities, which goods and services are to be produced, to be distributed, to be exchanged, to be consumption or consume. These are the various problems of economics also. Economic activities are also here. Economic activities, production, distribution, exchange, consumption. But we engage in production while producing goods and services. What is our ultimate object? By spending less amount of money, We try to get maximum satisfaction, means maximum profit. Cost of production is the intention of the owner is cost of production is less cost of production and maximum profit. That is the tendency of a producer. In the same way, distributor, shopkeepers, retail sellers, then transport and communications. Exchange. What is exchange? Exchange means buying and selling. Buying and selling. Then consumption. Consumption is nothing but use of goods and services. Therefore, we have to engage in these economic activities. How we have to engage in these economic activities? Bear in mind, while engaging in these economic activities, our intention is maximum profit or maximum satisfaction by using limited money or limited resources. To study all these things or to study the market situation, everyone should have the knowledge of economics. Next point is contribution to government's revenue and assist in its discharge of its developmental and welfare programs. Contribution to government's revenue. Contribution for the government revenue. What is revenue means? You might have heard about revenue stamp. Here what is revenue? Revenue means income. Why means income in economics? See, contribution for the government revenue. After all these in economic activities, in our previous class I already explained about the role of government. Government imposes certain taxes while purchasing goods and services. Government imposes taxes. The tax collected by the government from the people are utilizing or it utilizes for the welfare of the people, for construction of good roads, electricity, providing drinking water facility, etc. Therefore, through our economic activities, government gets revenue, income. How? By imposing taxes. Then it is possible to improve in the society, improve in the state, improve in the country. We can improve our country through the money of government. Therefore, government money means it is nothing but our own money. Government bus, who is the owner? The citizens of the country are the owners of that bus. A public library, government means who in democracy? Government means we people, citizens of a particular country. Therefore, after studying economics, we have to understand the contribution of people for different developmental work. Next one, economics helps to understand socio-economic problems of the country like poverty, unemployment, inflation, etc. Yes, the study of economics helps to understand the problems of the country. Yes, prior going to this country, we come to our own house. We have certain problems. We have certain problems. Which problem? Problem of construction of new home, construction of new road to our home, purchase of flat TV, purchase of washing machine, etc. We have our own problem. In the same way, country, here country means government, has its own problems. Government has its own problems. Which are the problems? In India, for example, take the example of poverty, the present problem of Indian government. After independence, we are not at success in removing this poverty, badatana. We did not get success while overcoming the poverty. Poverty is one problem. Unemployment. What is unemployment means? A situation where people don't have work opportunity. This is unemployment. Through this unemployment, nobody earn income. Without income, he don't want to purchase goods and services. Then how our country will become a developed nation? If you have enormous money, if you have job or employment, it's okay. Economic progress is possible. Without a job, we can't purchase our essential goods and services also. Without money, we don't have life. Therefore, if life is luxury, if you have enormous money. Therefore, our economics understand socio-economic problem, poverty, unemployment, then inflation. It also studies about inflation. What is inflation means? Inflation means rise in the price level. Rise in the price level. Prices are more. Prices are more. Benefit is very less, or profit is very less. That is inflation. Government studies all these problems: unemployment, poverty, inflation. What are the causes for poverty, unemployment, inflation? It find out the causes and also find out certain measures to overcome these problems from our country. It is possible only if you have the knowledge of economics. Next, suggest better policies and better ways of implementing policies for bringing about desired growth and development of the country. Economic suggests better policies and better policies and better programs or better ways of implementing policies, ways of implementing policies. Yes, to overcome all these our problems, government should find out or prepare or implement various types of plans, policies, measures, ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್, ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಸೇ, ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳು. Not only framing policies or programs, the government should implement the policies. Implement the policies. What is implementation means? It should give these policies or benefits of these policies to the citizens, to the poor people, to the needy people. Therefore, it suggests better policies and better ways of implementing policies, framing policies, formation of policies for the welfare of the poor, for bringing about desired growth and development. What is the result of this implementing of these various measures or policies? It will pave the way for growth and development. What is a growth and what is development? These two words are different meanings. These two words have their own different meanings. Growth means growing, physically growth, mental growth, intellectual growth. Large amount of growth is called development. Growth anta helidre ಚಿಕ್ಕದು. There are enormous growth in a specific, in a certain person. It is called development. Therefore, the study of economics is very important in modern days, because it should contain 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points are there. All these are very important for our daily life. These are the importance of the study of economics. In next class, we shall study about economic activities. Yes, Sai Ram.